Hi, this is Captain Al Lorenzetti for skimmeroutdoors.com and Trophy Tackle in West Babylon. Anyway, bringing you the report this week for May 15th, 16th, and 17th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It looks like weather's going to be fairly decent, maybe a little shower on Saturday. The weekend looks a little bit iffy. Friday's going to be a real nice day, but nothing drastic. You should be able to fish the entire weekend. Let's see, I fished today, and bottom line is I netted bunker are all up in the creeks on the north side. I drifted them this morning. I had a runoff on a bass, but I think the fish was just too small to swallow it, so I'm going to guess the fish was maybe 12-15 pounds. Didn't get it all the way down, scaled it up pretty good, so there are some bass around. There may be a big one here or there, so it's just getting going. I then tried weak fishing, didn't catch any weak fish down by Ocean Beach, but had big bluefish. They were getting onto it all like crazy, and had some fun with the big blues on light tackle. And also jigged while I was weak fishing 2 schoolie bass. One was just under keeper size, about 27 inches, the other about 25. So there's a lot of little schoolies all the way in the Back Bay area. What else? Big bluefish all over in the bay on the north side. Actually, I was running today from Snake Hill Channel, heading north, coming back home for the center of the bridge span, and there were anywhere from 8 to 12 pound bluefish just tailing, just like bonefish down south. Just tailing in the water, a couple of bunker flips here and there, and I was plugging them. You could plug all you want. So you want to bend a rod, pretty much the entire bay is loaded with big bluefish. And reports that I got, again, if you can get offshore, guys are really catching codfish on the wrecks. So if you're an offshore guy and you can get out there, the weather's decent, the wrecks are certainly worth a shot for the codfish and ling. And guys are catching big sea bass and blackfish and having to throw them back. Anyway, moving on, I want to mention that Suffolk Marine Anglers is having, Suffolk Marine Anglers is having their spring bass tournament on June 7th. Associated with Hospice Care Network. We've raised thousands and thousands of dollars over the last several years for hospice, and it's a great tournament. It's going to be a shotgun start from Babylon Village Dock on June 7th, and the bass, the big one, should be here by then. Great tournament, all kinds of prizes and raffles, and it's a lot of fun. It's a big experience, a lot of happening down at the Babylon Village Dock, so keep that in mind. Also, Connecticut State Park now, they stocked it again. The river is stocked with trout, so if you want to spend an early morning and afternoon down there trout fishing, give it a shot. The fish are back, and hopefully Connecticut can go back to what it was years ago. One of the best trout locations on the East Coast, actually. Let's see, also some products here you might be interested. You know, Tim Smith and I shot a thing about my favorite fluke rig, my 3-way fluke rig, and Trophy Tackle has packaged it up with everything you need to make at least 6 rigs, and then there'll be additional fluorocarbon left over and a couple of other odds and ends. You can make additional rigs just by buying additional materials. But $25, it comes all packaged neatly at Trophy Tackle. They have them for you, and fluke season, don't forget, opens up this Sunday, the 17th. So buy a package and be ready. Another little this little lure made by Runoff Lures, kind of interesting. A little bit of weight with a spinner blade and a hook that supposedly is perfect for hooking up the gulp on it, using gulp. So they have these in here too. And then for the offshore guys, this is pretty interesting. It's called a chum cutter. You can find out more about it at chumcutter.com, but they have them here at Trophy Tackle. And if you're an offshore fisherman and you're going to be chunking for either tuna or sharks, you can take your bait, whether it be sardines or butterfish or bunker or whatever, and you pack it down into this box. You can use this little cover to force it down, and then you get yourself a good knife like this Dexter serrated edge, and there are slots you can see in it. You simply run the knife across through the slot and cut your way down. So you just make cuts through all of the bait, and it's going to chunk it up beautifully, dump it into a bucket, load it up again, and chunk up a bunch more. So it's really convenient for doing that chunking thing, and it saves your hands for sure. How many people have been caught in a rocking boat? You're trying to chunk, you make a mistake, next thing you know, you're bleeding like a stuck pig. So It makes it clean, neat, and does a great job. Anyway, that's about it for this week. I look forward to next week. Next week, I think we're going to see the first good-sized fish showing up, good-sized bass. I'll be out there, and I think the weak fish bite is going to improve too. Mid-May is usually the time when the bass and the weak fish kind of show up and start getting on the feed at the same time. So that's it for this week. Take care. Have a good time out there. Catch them up. Have fun.